So your family member is a birder, but you have no idea what to get them as a birthday or a holiday gift. Here's your 2024 guide of top gifts to get birders and birdwatchers. Let's jump right into it on what to get birders and birdwatchers. Now, the most obvious answer is binoculars. The important thing with binoculars, though, is you only want to get these for your birder or birdwatcher if they don't have a pair. If they do have a pair, that is significantly going to change what your decision is on what binoculars you're going to get. But luckily, I have put together 3 options. The first option is a starter pair of binoculars. Now, these are the Adorgon binoculars. Everything that I mentioned in this video will be linked in the description below. They are 12 by 42. Typically with birding binoculars, you want 8 to 10 times zoom. 12 times zoom isn't bad though. Honestly, it hasn't really impacted the way I learned birding, and if it's your first pair of binoculars, it's not gonna make much of a difference anyways. So these are under $100, very budget, and you can kind of see that I have put these through quite a lot. Now, the nice thing is you do have the pop-out lenses on these things and the adjustable knob, right? Like all pairs of binoculars have. These are super lightweight, they're super cheap, and they have been with me for over 1.5 years, and I haven't had any issues whatsoever. No breaks, nothing. So this is a good pair of starter binoculars. If you have a kid, definitely recommend these. The next 2 pairs of binoculars that I have on the list, I don't actually own. I just have tried them, and I know a lot of people who love these. They are both Vortexes. Now, the first pair of Vortex binoculars is often on sale. Prices that I link up are going to be the list price at the time this video releases, right? So that might change when you're watching this. What I say about each product holds true. So if you have a little bit more extra money to spend, maybe you want to splurge on somebody, get them these higher end Vortex binoculars. The nice thing about Vortex, they have a lifetime warranty, and there's really no questions asked on this warranty as well. So if they break, you're good. As long as you have the pair and you contact Vortex, they'll send you a replacement or a repair item. The second binocular on this list is kind of the middle ground between the Adorgon binoculars and these higher end Vortex. They're a cheaper Vortex pair, but they're still super high quality. And again, you still get that lifetime warranty that Vortex offers on all of their products. So I highly recommend you get those if that falls in your budget range. The next thing your birder or bird watcher is going to need out in the field is a good backpack. The backpack that I've been using for over 1.5 years now is this backpack right here, the Osprey backpack. There's a few cool things about this backpack, to be honest. One, it is called Osprey, and Osprey is a bird, so birders are gonna like that just off the get-go. The other thing is it has pretty nice big pockets. So it's got this really big pocket here. In this pocket, I can fit my camera, I can fit my binoculars as well, and there's still room for other things. And then you come with this smaller pocket here with a lot of little tiny pockets on the inside as well. And I put my charging cables, my straps for my camera, my mics that I utilize for the YouTube channel. So it just fits a lot of stuff. And your birder or bird watcher may not need this much space, which is kind of a good thing, because if they get more gear, they can always fit it in here. The other nice thing is that it has the capability to get a hydro pack in there as well. You do have to buy that separately, but they're not super expensive. You can get those off of Amazon. And then you get the 2 side pockets to hold water bottles as well. I love this backpack. I've been using it for quite a long time. Also too, it has this like breathability in the back here. I have found that I do get sweaty no matter what, but honestly, it's a comfortable backpack to wear, and I super recommend it as well. And it hasn't had any issues so far, no breakage, nothing like that. So definitely want to check out this Osprey backpack as well. So the next gift that I would consider getting for your birders or bird watchers is field guides. Now, I have 2 of them with me here. I have a whole collection, but I'm not exactly sure where all of them are right now. The first one is the Peterson Field Guide to Birds. This is to Western North America. Peterson is a really good field guide to get. The other one is Sibley, the Sibley Field Guide of Western North America. Now, I think this is a little bit outdated. This was written all the way back in the early 2000s. So the ones that I have linked in the description are going to be the most updated versions. Now, honestly, you could get by with any of these field guides. These field guides are great. I also have a National Geographic field guide that I like a lot as well. So I'm gonna link all of those in the description. What you wanna look out for though is, what does your birder or bird watcher already have? A lot of birders and bird watchers, they love to collect bird books, especially field guides. So if you can find that field guide that they don't already own, that would be amazing. Now I have an option for you if you aren't sure what they do and don't have. This field guide, The Stokes Guide to Finches, was just released this year. Now this book is absolutely amazing. It has real photographs on the inside, which also sets it apart from some of those illustrated field guides. And I would normally lean towards illustrated field guides, but if you have a birder who already has a lot of field guides on hand in their library, this one that was just written is awesome. Talks all about finches, gives some incredible information on the inside, and it's pretty thick. Also pretty affordable. I believe this was under 20 bucks at the time I bought it. So yeah, just look at these illustrations. Stokes guides are always really, really good. So check out that one as well. All right, so now we're gonna move on to books that aren't field guides. And I have 2 books on this list. One of them was released last year in 2023, and one of them was released earlier this year. The one that was released in 2023 that I would recommend is by Christian Cooper. Now, if you don't know who Christian Cooper is, he has a show on Disney Plus, I believe, that is called Extraordinary Birder. Also, his book is called Better Living Through Birding, Notes from a Black Man in a Natural World. Now, this book is absolutely incredible. Not only is Christian Cooper an amazing birder, and there's a lot of good bird stuff in this, this is just an amazing autobiography in general. Christian Cooper has done so many things in his life. I don't want to spoil any of that stuff, but it's all super exciting. It's a super engaging book from start to finish, very emotional book as well, and it was definitely written from the soul. That is my top pick for a book that a birder or a bird watcher would want to get as a gift. The second one that I have on my list, I actually have a physical copy of, and this one was written just this year. It's by Jennifer Ackerman. It's called What an Owl Knows. Now, Jennifer Ackerman has a very warm style of writing. The author really gets into, the science behind owls and a lot of stuff that people don't know about owls, but she does it in a way that isn't like super overbearing, right? It's not like science, science, science. It's very much an easy read and very understandable. I would highly recommend this book to those who love owls especially, but just in general, just an amazing book, amazing writing, new book for the year. Definitely would recommend this for 2024. And then I have one classic book as well. Maybe your birder or bird watcher is fairly new, or maybe they don't read a lot of books that aren't field guides. Kingbird Highway by Ken Kaufman is an absolutely fantastic read. I would highly recommend that for anybody who is a fan of birding and adventure. He does a really good job of getting into the birds that he saw, but it's a lot about his adventure as a teenager, hitchhiking across the country and doing a big year. I would highly recommend that book as well. As always, everything will be linked in the description below. So this leads me into bird feeders. Now, if you have a birder or a bird watcher or anybody who enjoys birds, bird feeders are essential. And honestly, I think those who feed birds can't get enough bird feeders in their life. I have 2 smart bird feeders to recommend that are pretty decent prices as well. The first one was sent to me by TT Nature. I reviewed both of these products. I've had them up for several months now, and they've both been performing really, really well. The TT Nature feeder is a wooden feeder, and it's kind of a tray feeder as well. It captures the birds that come to your feeder and sends that to an app on your phone. You can watch the live feed, you can watch stored up photos and footage of those birds as well. It's a really cool, really cool device. I've been able to attract a variety of different species, including a lot larger birds like Woodhouse's scrub jays, magpies, also some of your smaller birds like chickadees. I even had a Indian ringneck parakeet that escaped from someone's house come and feed at the feeder. It's still there as of right now, I'm pretty sure. The second smart feeder, this one is metal, and it is also squirrel proof. So if squirrels are a problem for you, it has a tray that drops down when the squirrels try to get into it. I put Niger seed in that feeder. It's a little different seed. It's more for finches. It's also been a really good product. I've had that one for a couple months as well, and I've had finches and even a chickadee come visit that feeder in the last couple months. Definitely recommend those smart bird feeders. Now, if you're not a smart bird feeder fan, I also have a few other options. One is a tube feeder, and this tube feeder is for feeding finches primarily. So maybe your friend has a feeder outside, but they want to attract a specific species of bird. Get them that finch feeder, make sure they put Niger seed in it. That'll attract the finches, and that's a really good gift as well. The second is a platform feeder. Platform feeders are for your larger birds, and they really do a good job of attracting some of those bigger species like the scrub jays, maybe doves, pigeons. Maybe you don't want those birds in your yard. In the winter, you could also get evening grosbeaks if you're in those ranges, in those areas. So definitely a good option as well. That leads me to my next gift that you can give any birder or birdwatcher. If they have feeders, don't be afraid to buy them birdseed. Birdseed is expensive, and I would recommend 2 types of birdseed. One that you can't go wrong with is black oil sunflower seed. This one is essential, but squirrels like it too, so if they're in a squirrely area, maybe they don't like black oil sunflower seed. That's the first one I would recommend. The second one I would recommend is Niger seed. This is for finches. Squirrels don't like it as much. In fact, I've never had a squirrel try to take Niger seed from my feeder, although they'll pretty much eat anything, so don't quote me on that. And it's just another type of seed. Now, black oil sunflower seed is going to be a lot cheaper than Niger seed. In my experience, at least out here in Utah. I don't know how the seed market is everywhere else, right? But that's what I would recommend if you are looking for a gift idea that isn't going to break the bank. Birdseed is a great option. We always need more birdseed. If you're going for a mixed blend, maybe some of you use a mixed blend. I don't personally like mixed blends for the most part, but if you do want to go with one and you know that your friend or family member uses a mixed blend seed, go for one that is kind of bird knowledgeable or bird friendly, right? So I know Audubon sells some of those bird mixes. Go to your local bird store and find one. If you just go to Walmart and get a mix, half of it's going to be garbage and you're just wasting your money. The birds don't like that stuff anyways. Also, stay away from the pet bird seed. Sometimes in the past, I've had a few people give me pet bird seed, and the birds will still eat that, but then there's a lot of garbage in that as well. That's more for your parrots or parakeets and not for your wild birds. Last on my list is a repeat from last year. Birders love games, and I have 2 of them as options. The first one is Sibley Birders Trivia. This is really, really fun for a game night or something that you can do with friends or family. It's got over 400 questions on here, and so absolutely amazing. There's 200 cards front and back, 400 questions, and a rules booklet as well. So there is a point system. You can make it a game out of it, or you can just do it for fun. It comes in this beautiful box as well, full of birds, so you can keep that like on a coffee table or something. Definitely recommend the Sibley Birders Trivia. And then my favorite game of all time, Wingspan. If you know me, this is the best game to have ever been made. It's a really fun game. It's strategy. Your young family members, your teenagers will love it as well. It also comes with really just an extensive amount of stuff. I'm gonna lose stuff if I do this. Just an extensive amount of stuff. It's a really well put together game. Definitely worth it. It also comes with expansions, so you can add on to the bird cards as well that you have in the game. You know, good for a later gift. Maybe your family member already has Wingspan, but they want one of the expansions that gives them more birds. I'll link those in the description as well, as long as I can find all of these things. Let me know in the comments below, what are you gifting your birder or bird watcher this year? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding.